The Cavs have now fired their GM, David Griffin. The team is reportedly interested in and meeting with our Chauncey Billups today. And Bleacher Report is saying that, according to sources, LeBron's wife wants to live in L.A. full-time. Max, should LeBron look to get out of the land right now?
No, because any place he's traded to would have to gut their roster in order to acquire him. So where he would be going would give him less of a chance.
He's playing by himself.
Right, to win than Cleveland would give him.
He'd get the ball.
Cleveland's likely still, even we'll see what the Celtics do, but is likely to get out of the East, maybe almost no matter what the Celtics do, probably still favored to get out of the East. Anywhere he goes will be weakened. And he can just wait, play this out, give himself the best chance to win now and deliver another chip to the land, and then go to another team that doesn't have to weaken itself much in order to acquire him. That makes much more sense. I don't see the sense in him leaving now.
Well, he's not going to leave now. If he left, it would be after this upcoming season. And from what I'm being told, you got a lot of people in NBA circles who believe that he's going to leave after next season. I'm one of those who believe it as well. But in fairness to him and his camp, they've let it be known. Listen, we'd have to be forced out. Meaning Cleveland stands pat. It does absolutely nothing. It's content on being respectable but not pursuing championships. Then I'm going to have to move on. But ideally, in a perfect world, LeBron James would like to finish his career in Cleveland. But that has a lot to do with Dan Gilbert and what Dan Gilbert is going to go about the business of doing to make sure that this team remains ultra competitive and in position to legitimately compete for championships. So in that regard, we have to wait and see. Not just Gilbert, but who he hires, what kind of relationship that individual has with Tyronn Lue, LeBron James, etc. Now, I can tell you that Chauncey and Tyronn Lue have a very good relationship, represented by the same agent. They've been friends for years. They know one another. In the case of LeBron James, if you know anything about Chauncey Billups, he's just ultra cool. You can't find too many people that don't have a good relationship with Carmelo, with Chauncey Billups. And the only reason I almost said Carmelo is because Chauncey's damn near more mellow than Melo. You know, so because of it, you got a lot of people that got a lot of love. You got a lot of love, a lot of respect, and you got to remember Chauncey is a champion and an NBA Finals MVP. He played the game, knows the game, and brings a level of cachet to the game that most executives don't have.
I've got a question for you. So if LeBron doesn't go to L.A., right? Say outside of L.A., that'd be the only place he'd go after next year. Otherwise, he'd stay in Cleveland. Like, you can't see him going back to, like, a Miami or anywhere else outside of the Clippers or Lakers.
I could for a specific reason.
Listen to me and listen to me good.
Yeah.
You cannot predict anything about LeBron James because of the world of business. This man is a businessman. And wherever the opportunities lie for him, if you can show him that it is good business and he's able to legitimately compete for championships,
which is also good business,
which is also good business,
so not
he will entertain it. He will entertain it.
Not just those markets either. I believe, this is my own kind of surmising based on what I've seen from LeBron and what Stephen A. just told you. He's a businessman, right?
Crazy.
I think if someone were to have some kind of arrangement, a verbal understanding, that he'd get cut in for a piece of the team or would be able to maybe lead an ownership group that would purchase the franchise where he went, I think that would be a really strong incentive for him. And the fact is, wherever LeBron goes, if he has cap space flexibility, immediately they'll be contenders because of LeBron. He's so good that if you give him and you have cap space, he will attract other free agents. Everyone wants to play with a guy who's going to get him the ball and do all this work that he does. And it reminds me of Pat Riley in New York, Stephen A., when the Knicks wanted to keep him and he wanted a little piece and they wouldn't give it to him. And he wound up in Miami, and look what's happened to Miami since then.
In Pat Riley's mind, he was promised that, and they reneged, which is why he sent his resignation via fax. In the case of LeBron James, he's a player. So league rules prohibit a lot of that stuff from happening. Otherwise, it would be more out and open. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying think about it this way. If there was ever going to happen, wouldn't you think it would have happened with Chicago or Michael Jordan? But he had to go elsewhere. He had to have Bob Johnson.
I think things have changed since then.
Things have changed without question. But again, what the league facilitates is something that because then if you're going to sit up there and do that, then you could position yourself to have an advantage over other owners who can't.
But if anyone's going to be the first, it's going to be LeBron.
Look, I have to believe that part of the Lakers situation, this is pure conjecture, but the Lakers are owned by the Bus children, largely. They have the controlling interest. And if enough of the Bus children want to sell, And by the way, if the Clippers were worth a couple billion,
want to sell.
Right? Right. But if you get that,
by the way, they would be worth in excess of $3 billion.
And when they say that, when Forbes or something says that, it means it's much more because they always underestimate the value of NBA franchises. The Clippers sold for 2.2; they were valued at under $1 billion. If the Clippers sell for 2.2, I'm guessing the Lakers worth 4.5. But whatever it is, it's billions and billions of dollars. And if you're one of the bus children that does not have a prominent role, and this is their family business. You know, this is how they make money. They don't own Walmart or something, and this is their business. And you can cash out, and your share will be hundreds of millions of dollars. That's strong incentive. So maybe maybe LeBron's almost looking at it not like a distressed asset, but like gauging the situation. Wow, a franchise like that, a brand like that, a market like that, and the possibility to buy. And maybe he just needs a few words of encouragement along those lines to want to make that move. But who says the Lakers would be the only franchise in that position? Any other franchise in that position in a desirable market for him might be the same thing.
No, I assume Cleveland or LA, but that's a very interesting take.